everything you want in life. I believe everything you want in life. I believe is everything you want in life. I believe everything you want in life. Everything you want in life, I believe, is right outside your comfort zone.
Author Eric Johnson, the switch within. Author Eric Johnson, the switch within. Sunday Night Live.
You gotta flip that switch. I have flipped my switch, and I love what I do so much that I don't need anybody to tell me that's what I was called to do.
What are you waiting on? Help? What are you waiting on? Support? What are you waiting on? Somebody to ignite you? Somebody to turn your switch on? Somebody to yell at you, scream at you, cuss you out? What are you waiting on to make your day whatever you want it to be?
There's definitely a switch inside each and every one of us.
Yeah.
So, like, think about the walls here.
Yeah.
Even when the lights are off, there's electricity in these walls. Even during your worst moments, there is vitality ripping through your veins. There is an electrical life force within you. And life can turn that switch off, but it's still there.
There is a switch inside of every one of us. And at any moment in life, you could turn that switch from surviving to winning. Because ultimately, survival is an illusion.
You just don't know when God is going to flip the switch. And he can't tell you when he's going to flip the switch because it would destroy the one thing that he requires from you, faith.
I just want you to remember that average is the enemy, success is your responsibility, and change can take place in an instant if you are willing to flip the switch.
What causes that switch to flip? The overdrive, the beast mode, the full-on destroyer that will not stop.
Everything you want in life, I believe, is right outside your comfort zone.
Author Eric Johnson, The Switch Within. Author Eric Johnson, The Switch Within. Sunday Night Live.
Okay, can y'all hear me now? I had to go to my phone. I don't know what is going on. Can y'all hear me now? I'm gonna just do it from my phone if I can. Give me a thumbs up in the comments if you can hear me. Okay, cool. Sorry about that, man. The devil, he don't want me to get this one out. I got $1 million worth of equipment and no sound. Y'all forgive me. Welcome to Sunday Night Live. My name is Arthur Eric Johnson. Thank y'all for coming on tonight. This is really a special live to me because I want to talk about the value of relationships. And I'm sorry again for the technical difficulties. I got a guest. I know he's pressed for time. Let me bring this brother on. Rob, you there?
Yes, sir. EJ,
What's up, baby?
man?
How you doing, y'all? This is the CEO of the Reform Alliance, DeSoto alumni, kind of like a superstar around here for us.
EJ,
How you
good
feeling,
to see
baby?
you.
You good?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Man, I'm blessed, man. So good to see you, man. It's always good, when I see you. Tonight, Rob, we're talking relationships. We're talking about valuing relationships, and God knows that I definitely value you as a friend, somebody that I would say has made it, but still reaching back, to the home front, still reaching back to the home team. What gives you that swag, to just not forget about everybody and give us a word on friendships and relationships tonight, Rob?
Oh, yeah, I appreciate the question. I don't know if I agree with the premise, though.
Come on now.
This idea of making it, I think each person has to lay that out for themselves in terms of what that means to make it. But for me, even why I started doing what I do, which is criminal justice reform, change laws, policy, tell stories. It came from my experiences back in DeSoto, right? Seeing our neighborhood in Oak Cliff shift so quickly. Some of us moved to DeSoto. My dad stayed Oak Cliff. My mom moved to DeSoto. And everyone remember the early 90s. Like, you remember how it was. And so it was all relationship that I saw people that I was close with, let me say this way, that I saw leave this earth way too soon. And we've talked about in the past and in the last podcast, and lives I saw impacted way too soon, yours included. Hearing about you going up. And so everything I do, why I do it, came from those times. That's what shaped my experience. I wasn't going to sit here and just allow me to move on in life as if those things never happened. And I felt like that's what society wanted from us. Sorry
We
about
lost
that.
you, Rob. Okay, we lost you briefly.
I think society was set up in a way for us to just move, go to school. That was our thing. Go to work, have kids, have family, and live life as if those things never happened.
Come on now.
I refuse to do that. So I'm still tight with my '93 crew.
Come on.
We still catch up when we can. I love those guys. Still in contact with my '94 fellas and my '92 fellas. Guys
Come on.
that went
92.
through, DeSoto at that time. So relationship is everything to me. And making sure that we're creating a better tomorrow for your kids and my kids is what keeps me going. So for me, as long as I'm doing that, man, I'm good. Wherever I'm doing it, however I'm doing it, I'm good because I feel like I'm responding to the moment that was put before me, right? Responding to the times that shaped me, and that's what meaning and purpose is all about. And I believe I'm living my purpose.
Wow. I believe you are too, Rob. And like I said, I just thank you so much for being who you are. Someone that has gone through a lot in the space of criminal justice reform, making noise, changing legislation. And I believe now, I mean, your board, we talking about all-star board. How is it, how do you keep things cohesive? Because you are the CEO with that type of power, with that type of control in the room. What do you do to cement some of those relationships?
Yeah. So for me, a lot of that stuff was already done before I even took the job. What I appreciate about the board, and in fact, it's part of the reason why I actually moved on to reform, because when I went around and interviewed with each one of the board members for the job, a couple of things I saw. One, they really cared about Meek. His story moved them, inspired them, made them want to get involved. And then two, and I think I shared this on the last podcast, they don't see themselves as a figurehead board at all. Like, they're involved, right? So they're making time to meet with me and my team. We meet quarterly in person to talk about strategy and policy, make sure the organization is going in the right direction. And I think it's my job to listen to why they originally got involved, and to make sure that those things that inspired them continues to inspire them, and create the organization that's responsive to that. And so that's what I've been trying to do. And by and large, just continue to tell the stories of people like yourself that's been impacted by the system. People like my nephew. I got a nephew right now in Duncanville. He's figuring it out. He's on parole. Just continue to tell those stories and make sure that we're holding accountable those people that are governing their lives. And I think as long as I do that and do it in the way that best represents the board and people that brought us together, as well as Meek, you know what I'm saying, all is good. So that's my job.
Right, man. That was deep. That was deep. Let me ask you a question. Would you rather have respect from a friend, or would you rather have loyalty? Respect or loyalty?
Man, that's an interesting question. Respect or loyalty? It depends on what we're doing.
Okay.
It depends on what we're doing.
Yeah.
If it's like a friend, full stop, just a partner, someone we grew up with, I would say loyalty. Right? If I'm engaged in a campaign, like we're trying to make money together or we're trying to do a thing together, then I'll say respect. And it probably is the opposite of what many people would think I would say, because I think when you have somebody's respect, then it's like you get a lot. A lot comes with that. When you get loyalty, someone could just be loyal to you but be blind and loyal.
Mm,
right?
okay.
Someone
Okay.
be loyal to you based on like, you know, whatever you say or whatever you do. But if you respect me, that means you respect what I'm saying. You're going to engage with me based on that respect. You might even disagree because, you know, we're both moving towards the same thing. You know what you know, I know what I know. But
Yeah.
but you know I'm not trying to undermine you. You know what I'm saying is what I truly believe, and we can have a debate and an argument around that. So it's like in some ways loyalty are for those that's going to follow you no matter what, but respect are for those that's going to build with you to your next thing, you know. And you know ultimately you want both, right? At the end of the day you want respect and loyalty, but it depends on what you're trying to do.
Right. Right. Wow. How do you handle tough conversations with a friend? Some.
Courageous conversations, man. I try to encourage that in my organization, that if you have an issue with somebody, that you sit down and you talk to them about it. It's hard to have a tough conversation if you two aren't bought into a higher mission and purpose of what y'all talking about.
Right.
If somebody is you know, not invested in you and invested in the thing that you're talking about, then it may not even be worth having the conversation. Like, it may not. But if you know that you and the person, like me and you, right? It's like you and I have spent time talking about goals and aspirations and values, and if we're ever out of link, um, then those things ground our conversation. So then we can have a direct, a courageous conversation because we're rooted in, right? We're rooted in a greater purpose, mission, or value. Uh,
Right. Right.
I question whether or not it's even worth having those conversations if the person isn't rooted in a higher purpose.
Right. You know, being friends that we go back to the 90s, you know, probably before the 90s. I think it was the
Yep,
late 80s.
late '80s.
And so I just want to be transparent. How do you handle friends that you've grown apart from, that you may see in a space and it's like, hey, what's up? It's all good. But you grew in some areas, they may not have grown rather going in the same direction. How do you handle that?
I don't. I mean, I think the main thing is let them know you love them, no matter what. But to love somebody doesn't mean you have to work with them or you have to do a next thing with them. It doesn't mean y'all have to be buddies, but you should just never. For me, you know, I let people know I love them, and that's it. You know, we don't have to do a thing together.
Yeah.
You know, that's and so whatever way that looks like, you know, dap them up, you know, give them encouraging words or let them know, you know, you've been following and tracking them, tell them, you know, I'm sorry about something that may have happened in their life. Just, I think, man, at the end of the day, we as people, we need to know that we're loved more than anything. And we need to be connected to those that love us more than anything. And sometimes that's enough. So I think it's also important, you know, life is short. You know, so if I've grown apart with somebody, I think that's cool, man. That's all part of it. You
Right.
know, don't mean that I love them less or I care for them less. You know what I'm saying? It just means we've grown apart. We're doing different things, and that's fine. And if you ever need me and I can be helpful, let me know because I'm going to be there.
Right. You know, I feel that sometimes in life, people just don't understand that growth in trees sometimes happens apart, and no love lost. Still love you as a matter of fact, but life happened. You know, you had kids, I had kids. You
Yep.
went to New York, I went to California.
Yep.
You know, and I think if a lot of people were more open to just understanding that it's not personal, man, this is just life, that you know, things would be a lot more smooth, you know.
I hope
um
so, man. Hey, man, we're not here that long.
you know.
We're
Yeah.
not here that long. We don't need to be here for no mess. You know, it's like it doesn't make like at our age, it don't make sense to be beefing or like that. That doesn't add up for me.
Yeah.
That's a waste of time, waste of energy. Just look at you doing the show today. Just yesterday, man, you had people lose their life, in Allen, Texas.
Right.
I've been reading those stories, man. It's been heartbreaking.
Heartbreaking, man.
Stories coming out of that, man. Like that could have been any one of us, in that situation. And I want to make sure that if it was me, that the people that are around me, the people that have helped me throughout my life, know that I love them and I care for them. And at the end of the day, nothing else matters. And so that's where my heart and my mind's at right now, man. It's a crazy world. We're not here for very long. No mess don't make no sense at our age. It just don't. And people grow apart. That's just all part of it.
Yeah. Man, I just want to let you know that I love you as a brother. You have been just a stellar friend, man, ever since we ran back into one another. And, I always say that we were friends as teenagers,
Yeah.
but you never really know how people are as adults. And so as we circle back around, brother, just for you to be so involved in the community, so involved in the fight of criminal justice reform, somebody that's been reformed, I just want to salute you and I want to thank you for that as a friend.
Man, I appreciate you, man. Love you. Love what you're
Love
doing.
you as well.
Man, you are a beacon, in the community. Your voice is important. It's important for people to hear you and see what you're up to, and also to learn from where you've been, and where you're going. And so anything I can do to support you, I know haven't it's spotty sometimes in terms of communication, but just know that I'm there for you anytime. Anything comes up, you need me, I'm there, man, and I love you, bro.
I love you too, man. Thank you so much for coming on, man. Thank
For
you,
sure.
Rod.
For sure. All right. Take care,
I
man.
definitely appreciate you. All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Salute to my boy, man, Rob. Rob is, once again, he's the CEO of the Reform Alliance, which is a organization that is battling lowering the numbers of folks that's on probation and parole. But Rob, his fight has been, he done fought from Boston to California. Getting propositions presented, passed, laws changed. Meek Mill is on his board. He actually meets with Meek Mill quite frequently. Jay-Z, Robert Kraft, and I'm not going to say that I'm not name dropping. I am name dropping because a brother that I love and know, right from DeSoto, Texas. Oak Cliff. Then he came to DeSoto, and that brother went off and did some amazing things. And guess what, y'all? Value of relationships. He came back. He's giving back, and he's pouring into me and my brother Benny Green. He's pouring into Corey Turner, pouring into so many of us. Like he said, 92, 93, 94, those classes, man. He's just been around, been the same guy. Let me get to my notes. I want to go back a little bit. Sorry for the technical difficulties again, but people always say iron sharpen iron, but friends sharpen friends. So one thing I want to start is, I've been talking about this for years, is I want to start something called the Mastermind Alliance. Now, this is not my own words. I took this from a guy named Napoleon Hill. Napoleon Hill talked about the Mastermind Alliance, and that's where two or more people work in perfect harmony for the attainment of a definite purpose. Through a mastermind alliance, you can borrow and use education, experience, influence, and the capital of other people. I want to start that right here in Dallas, Texas. Hopefully it'll grow to be global. But I believe that my life mission is to put folks together that probably never would have got together and just see what happens. I believe that this thing is bigger than me. I think it's bigger than just you. I believe that the Mastermind Alliance says if we just get two or three of us going in the same direction, you'd be surprised the compound effect that we could have from that. My dream is to unify like-minded and equally yoked people with no strings attached. A lot of times when you're talking to folks about groups and you're talking about group economics, you're talking about all types of different things, people, they just kind of get timid. They get shy. They really don't know if everybody is on the same page. I want to put people that are huge, because I got some strong friends. Yeah, I got Robert Rooks around me, you know, the brother that was just on. And that brother meeting with Jay-Z and Van Jones and Robert Kraft and all these guys. Mike, I forgot the brother name that owned the Sixers, but so many influential people. Let's do that for us. Let's do that right here. Let's get some people that are huge individually, and watch this, y'all. See what we can do collectively. I've been trying to do this for years, man. Way back when I was rapping, I had a song called The All Stars. And so many people said, man, you can't get that many people on a song. You know, those guys are into it. And them guys, they don't mess with them. I did it. I did it because I truly believe that there's more power in unity and there's more power in togetherness. I really believe that, y'all. I still have faith that everybody's not rotten. Everybody's not deceitful or manipulative. Some folks just got some good hearts. And I know a lot of people. I actually sent out a message this week and asked a lot of people to come on and let's just share how we've sharpened one another. Iron sharpen iron, y'all. Let me say this, and I'm going to open the floor for y'all to call in. Relationships have three components, and I think this is powerful: association, loyalty, and affection. Association, loyalty, and affection. It feels so weird doing the show from my phone. I've been doing it from my computer, but we got to get this message out tonight. So Mastermind Alliance, just getting a couple folks together that's on the same page, a couple bosses, a couple business owners, a couple folk that work 9 to 5s, but they got some great ideas and they got passion and purpose. I'm talking about those folks. Let's get together and let's figure out whether this is an association, is this loyalty, or is this affection? Friendship involve those three components. There's 3 levels of meaning when it comes to friendship. You have friendship by association only. That's number 1. Friendship with association and loyalty, or friendship with association, loyalty, and affection. So association, loyalty, affection. I want y'all to remember that. Because you remember when mama used to tell you, baby, I don't have no friends. I'm just associates. Those are just associates. And I believe that a lot of times we put so much into the word friend that we really don't even know what it means. Are those just your associates? Excuse me. Or do you have somebody standing beside you that has the association variable, and then they also have that loyalty variable? They have that loyalty. Like I asked Rob, and I'm going to ask the chat, would you rather have respect from a friend, or would you rather have loyalty? That's going to be the question for tonight. Is this thing really real, or are we both just faking? Because people use the word friend loosely. Tonight we're talking about iron sharpening iron. I don't believe your friend is going to hurt you. Not on purpose. You know, I think a friend that you have the association, you have the loyalty, and watch this, y'all, affection. Because some friends, they hug it out, they cry it out, they hold hands. You heard about her divorce. You heard when he said his boy ran away from home. You heard that. And you hugged that brother when he cried. Sometimes we got to figure out, is this just an associate of mine? Another thing is, we done heard this a million times, but I kind of wanted to put it out there: reason, season, or lifetime. What classification do we put these people in? What box are they in? Because check this out, y'all. If you micromanage your expectations, then you know what to expect. I'm not going to expect loyalty from someone that I know this is just an associate of mine. This is somebody I did a deal with. This is somebody I went to college with, somebody I used to work with. You know, let's start categorizing people and really standing on that. Iron sharpen iron, y'all. I believe that relationships are built on trust and respect. Trust and respect. And let's get right into it. I'm going to talk about a few of my weaknesses down through the years in my relationships, in my friendships. Number one, I give people too much credit. I wish I had my sound effect. Whoa. Hey, I give people too much credit. Maybe you do too. So hopefully this will help you. Sometimes you can meet people and you just give them too much credit, man. You thought this person was the best thing going, but that person really wasn't that. I've been guilty of that for years. A couple old heads told me, they say, E, you give people too much credit. That's one of my weaknesses, and I'm still working on that because I figured out I had a big heart. But guess what, y'all? Folk will walk all over your heart. They don't care what they do. They'll just crush you on up. So stop giving folks so much credit. I had to. Another thing that I do that I would classify as a weakness is I expect people to mirror my actions. And then I get disappointed when they don't. Keep it real tonight, brother Eric. I think folks supposed to do it how I do it. And when they don't do it like I want them to do it, then I get disappointed. Maybe somebody has on this live tonight has looked at me and they expected me to do it like they do it. And when I didn't, they got disappointed. I think that's just relationships. You got to learn that folks, number one, they don't think the same way you do. Folks do things different. Yeah, you would have said it like this. Yeah, you would have called back and apologized, but that person isn't you. We're talking about iron sharpening iron tonight. We're talking about the value of a relationship. Do y'all care about relationships? Or do y'all burn relationships? We're gonna get into that later. Do y'all burn relationships? Two of my weaknesses. Number one, I give folk too much credit. Dang, I want everybody to be like me. And I think folks should mirror my actions. If I bought you a bottle, buy me a bottle. But I will get mad if I'm thinking, I bought him a bottle and he bought me a cup. That's something that I want y'all to maybe chime in, help me out on that. Let's talk about, first of all, let's go back. We talked about the mastermind alliance. I want to start it, y'all. I don't know how I can get all these boss folks that I know together and see, can we synergize this energy? You don't have to own a business to be in the mastermind alliance. You don't have to make X amount of dollars to be in the mastermind, but we are looking for a few things. We're looking for trust. We're looking for respect, and we're looking for loyalty. The mastermind alliance. We talked about association, loyalty, and affection. Classify folk that you know and categorize them, filter them out, and don't give them too much credit. Okay? Let's move on. Let's talk about enemies. Ooh, whoa. Let's talk about in this life that we lead, y'all, you're going to naturally have some folk that just don't like you. And that's okay. I had to learn that. I wonder why you don't like me. I never did anything to, I never said anything. Hey, man, some folks just don't like you. And that's okay. When you value in relationships, it's going to mess y'all up, and hope y'all stay with me. Value the relationship you have with your enemies. 48 Laws of Power say keep them close. Keep them close. Never put too much trust in friends. Learn how to use your enemies. Some mixed reviews on that, but I'm gonna throw it out there. You know, sometimes you keep them close and they tell you their plans. They tell you that they're hating. If you just cut them off, then you might never find out. But to each his own. We're talking about relationships. What y'all think about family? What do y'all think about family relationships? Relative mean we blood. Family mean we got loyalty. Family, blood make us related. That's how I wrote it down. Blood makes us related. Loyalty makes us family. I got a lot of relatives. But I don't have a whole lot of family, because family is defined through loyalty, trust, respect, words like that. On a professional level, relationships, I think it's okay to have some good friends at work that may just be associates. You may have some folk at your job or at school, in your community, at your church, that they're a good associate and they're loyal. And like I said earlier, you may hug them, you may cry it out with them, you may do a lot of things that I would call affection. What bucket are the people in your life in? Let's talk about money. And I'll bring some folks up here in a minute, man. I just wanted to get this off my heart because relationships are valuable, priceless. Let's talk about money. They say some of the best ways to judge your friends is through money. Ooh, that money powerful, ain't it, y'all? Step up when the money comes. When the money comes into the equation, you and your friend did a deal, you owe them, pay them people. And I mean pay them quick, pay them with integrity. If you borrow from folk, pay them folk back. People let $20 keep them from having a whole relationship. Let's be real. You borrowed $200 from your cousin and you ain't talked to him in 6 years. Over $200? Wow. You got to value that relationship. And if you don't, then you need to check yourself, because I believe that fair exchange ain't robbery. We need to keep that same energy on the payback that we had on the borrow. Does that make sense? Cool. Let's talk about backbiting. We're talking about relationships. Iron sharpening iron, backbiting, backstabbing, and gossip. I'm going to keep it simple. A dog that bring a bone will carry a bone. That's an old adage. And folks are quick to talk. But if somebody coming to you talking about somebody else, man, you can best believe that they're going to somebody else talking about you, right? This is just some little tidbits. One more thing. If you can't repeat it, then don't say it. If you can't repeat it, don't say it. A lot of y'all messy out here in this YouTube land, man. We got the Black Dollars t-shirts coming soon, man. A lot of y'all just messy. If you can't repeat it, then don't say it, because it will come back and it could ruin a relationship. Let your word be your bond, and let bond be life. And you know, metaphorically, you'd rather lose your life than break your word. Y'all stop telling folk you're gonna do stuff and you don't do it. It kind of goes into my next thing, but if you don't have a good word, like if your word ain't nothing, man, you need to reevaluate some things. You can't benefit me by not being a person of integrity and a person of your word. The next thing, communication, y'all. Verbalize your intentions. Tell folk what's happening. If you're supposed to come clean my car tomorrow at 11 and you got tied up, communicate that to me. A lot of times people just don't communicate well. And I know I'm saying a lot of stuff, but I just want y'all to think about some things. And I want y'all to come up. As a matter of fact, y'all, I'm going to post the info for anybody that want to call in. I'm going to post that early. Let's see. I'm trying to work my phone, y'all. Hold on 2 seconds. How do I invite someone? Oh, here we go. Okay, I'm gonna put the link to call in. I don't even see where I can. Let me just tell y'all the link because I don't see a way for me to post. Okay, go to StreamYard, STREAM yard.com, StreamYard.com/YMD7FNM. And I think I just figured out how to post it. Y'all give me 2 seconds. I'm old. Let's see. There we go. Okay, that's the link to call in. Anybody want to call in tonight? I mean, I appreciate y'all bearing with me. We talked about a lot of stuff, and I like to recap. We talked about the Mastermind Alliance. Let's get together, y'all. Let's figure it out. Let's figure out how to get together in an environment that is just 2 or 3. It could be 200 or 300. But I know a lot of people, and everybody. I got 23 folk on this live. If I can get with all 23 of y'all, then that's going to be a good start, because I believe it's power in synergy. We talked about reason, season, lifetime. We talked about haters and enemies. We talked about family, the workplace. We talked about money, backstabbing. We talked about communication. Let your word be your bond. Communicate your intentions to folks just so they know what's happening. And sometimes y'all don't text. A lot of y'all hide behind text. Pick up the phone. Let your friend know what's going on. And I think that'll make you a better friend. The value that you put on each relationship, y'all, is called relational value. It's called relational value. And that exists on both sides of the relationship. Y'all call in, y'all StreamYard.com/YMD7FNMBWS. Appreciate the brother. And that link is in the, hold on. It's actually not in the comments. I'll leave it up. But let's talk about it, man. Friends, the value of relationships. I appreciate Rob coming on. Man, Rob is busy. That's another thing. People make time for what they want to make time for. People always say, well, Eric, man, can I call you? I know you're busy. I make time for what I want to make time for. And ironically, sometimes that's not messing with you at the moment. Don't be worrisome in your friendships. I'm just teasing y'all to get y'all to laugh a little bit. But what's your relational value? Hopefully I've been a friend to you. And if I haven't, I definitely apologize. I'm going to start from the top, man. B. Watt, good to see you, man. Good to see you. Jalen Brown. Ken Folk, man, I sure appreciate you stopping in. Christy, what's up, sis? Jackie Johnson, that's wifey there. Hey, baby, I love you. Chill Will, Ken Folk, I see you. I see you, cuz. Greg L. Thomas, what's up, Greg? He said, what impresses me the most, Eric, is your genuine and selfless nature. Wow, thank you, G. You never hesitated to go above and beyond to help me succeed, even if it meant sacrificing your own time and resources. Thank you, G. Thank you, man. You've been more than a friend to me as well. We talking iron sharpening iron. Greg Thomas has definitely sharpened me up along the way. Elbert Thomas, E.T., if you're still in here, man, what's happening? He said, I sometimes wanted more for them than they wanted for themselves. It's fair exchange, ain't robbery. I mean, this thing, people say 50-50. I need 100% of you because I'm going to give you 100% of me. Christy says, KC says, do what you want to do, what makes you happy, and don't look for anyone else to be pleased or displeased, because it's then that it is then that you set yourself up to be disappointed. So just do you. I like that. Christy and KC, shout out, man. Y'all are some amazing friends. Keep them close. Jay, I think you're talking about enemies. CT, Corey Turner, man, another one of my brothers, man. Appreciate you chiming in, man. God got some big things in store for you and your wife, man. Thank you just for being a friend. My cousin Will says, sometimes your light is just too bright for some people. Man, I like to call it unequally yoked, Will. That's probably a good way to say it. But you say the light just too bright. Matter of fact, Will, sipping out of my Jesus cup, period. Jesus, period. Man, it's designed by my cousin Willie. There it is. And this is, you can drop it in the comments, Will, how folks can get this, man. I appreciate it. Elbert said they don't like what's strong in you, what they wish was strong in themselves. Wow. They don't like what's strong in you. What they wish was that it was strong for them in themselves, rather. Wow. Christy says, my friends have been my family. Royce West, what's up, Royce? Appreciate you chopping in, man. He said, blood don't make you family. Now, loyalty make you family. Blood makes you a relative. Always keep Hope Foundation out there in Georgia, man. What's up, Eric? Down there, man, representing for that Jesse clan, man, doing a great work with those youth down in Georgia. You right, man. Family can be, they say family, your backbone. Well, my back hurt because there's a lot of family that do a lot of things. Lorenzo Gray said, unfortunately, many Black families are very dysfunctional. True that, Black man. Much love to you, Brother Lorenzo Gray, over at the struggle and plight of Black people in America. Putting it down. That's on YouTube. Y'all check that out. The plight and struggle of Black people in America. Great show. My boy Greg came back and said, your willingness to share your knowledge connect me with valuable contacts and provide opportunities for growth has been invaluable. Thank you, G. Thank you for pouring into me, man. Thank you for showing me that they actually had islands for sale. Thank you for showing me my first Rolls Royce, Bentley, Azure, all them type of cars. Elbert, Will. Greg said, your faith in my potential has been a driving force in my journey. And I'm going to pay you later, G. Send me your Cash App. I'm forever grateful for your unwavering support. I'm thankful for you, brother. My wife, man. My wife has been a friend. You talking about a friend? Man, we got that association. We definitely have that loyalty. And we have the affection. Sometimes it's been too affection. We got 5 kids and 2 grandkids. Appreciate you, G. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Wishing you all the happiness and success as well. C. Watson, what up, coach? I see you out there. If people talk down on somebody to you, they would talk down on you to somebody. Man, that's a word, man. If a dog bring a bone, he sure will carry one. Yes, communicate. I had to learn that. Don't assume people should know your thoughts and feelings. That was one of the things you grew in, baby, that you thought I knew what you were thinking, but a lot of times I didn't know what you were thinking. And man, we're talking about relationships. What up, Ken? I see you out there, man. You talking about another strong brother. Man, I got some strong friends. I got some real strong friends, and I want to do the Mastermind Alliance right here in Dallas, Fort Worth. I want to develop a group of bosses. You don't have to own a business to be a boss. You don't have to make 6 figures to be in this group, but you do have to be respectful. We are looking for trust and integrity. Y'all get with me. Kenyatta said that I helped him turn on. You helped me turn my switch within on when I thought I was doing something. Thank you for your wisdom. Thank you, bro. Thank you for being real. You and your wife, Karen, just some great people. God keeps surrounding me with all these great people. And I just thank y'all, man. Thank you, Ken. Ken, you got some big things going. Oh, babe, you my best friend, too. We talking about iron sharpening iron. Big Paul, I see you. Know you and Nanny up in here, man. Friends are the family we choose. That's why it's important to have the right people around you. I thank you, Eve, for being more than a friend and more than family to me. Wow. Man, I love you, kinfolk. I thank you. Thank you for being real. Thank you for being there when I was having some tough times and I needed some good advice. Sometimes y'all be that listening ear, or sometimes y'all be that kick in the pants for your friend. Don't, I don't want to say embellish. That's not the right word, but don't just tell them what you think they want to hear. Tell them what they need to hear. My boy, Big Paul Chappelle, man. Great friend of mine, man. Salute to you, Big P. Thank you for everything, man. You the first person that, kind of showed me a little bit more about the integrity with money. When we was doing a lot of deals together in business, man, you always gave me, if you owed me, if we had $1, you was going to make sure I got my 50 cents, man. Big Paul Chappelle over at Freedom Dodge. If you're looking for a vehicle, I'm talking about somebody that's valuable to me. Paul Chappelle is that guy, man, over at Freedom Dodge. My boy Los, what up, Los? Hey, man, shout out to your wife, man. She won. Shout out, man, to your wife, man. Queen Gooden, DeMonica Gooden out there, man. Much love to y'all. Carlos says, say when, and I'm there, big bro. Bro, I need you. I need you. I need you. Lorenzo Gray said, count me in. My boy Chuck, Shad Fuller. What up, Chuck? You know you like, man, you a friend from when you had that Civic on the roasters, man. You picked me up from DeSoto every day and drove me to Carter every single day. Rarely asked for gas money either, man. You a good friend. You already know, man. You brothers, man. And so I thank God for you. And we definitely need to be in this group, man. The Mastermind Alliance. We're gonna definitely get it together soon. Pastor Kenyatta Richardson said, we got much work to do. We hooked back up at the right time. You know what, Ken? We did. We did, man. And God is so amazing, because when I saw you up there teasing at the restaurant, I said, because I've been asking Shad about you. I said, man, where is Big Kenyatta, man, from Carter? He said, oh, man, Kenyatta preaching now. I said, what? God got a sense of humor. Because Big Kenyatta wasn't to play with back in the day, man. But, man, you and your wife, beautiful souls, man. God have a big work for y'all in the ministry, man. And I'm talking about it's powerful. Salute to you, man. Salute to you. Paul Chappelle, man, thank you, bro. Thank you, Paul, for giving me them 50 cents that you owed me. Paul was the type of guy that I could be off work and my customer come in. Paul didn't tell him I didn't work there no more. Paul didn't do any sneaky stuff in the computer to try to hide my money. That brother would call me and say, E, I know you got your feet up drinking on a lemonade. You just made $400. And I made $4 too, because I worked them for you. Man, thank you, bro. I got excellent credit because of Big Paul Chappelle. That brother pushed me, pulled my credit, whooped me on that paper and told me what I needed to do. And that have blessed me, y'all. Don't hoard the blessings. Share it with your people. Share it with your people. Paul Chappelle shared it with me. And I thank you for that, man. Shad say, from fighting in a basketball league to feeding children in the That was us, man. That was us, man. We was young and fighting. We play basketball and fight a while, you know. But man, friendships are so valuable. Relationships are so valuable. I heard my boy Big King Yada today say that would you help somebody you don't like? Some of y'all are holding some stuff. Maybe that's why we did the live tonight, just for me to tell you this. Some of y'all are holding some stuff that's holding you back. And the person that you really into it with and you got it on your mind that you don't mess with them, I don't fool with them, I don't mess, people ain't studying you. People don't even care what you got going on. Man, it's been a great night tonight. I'm gonna drop that one more time, y'all, just to give everybody, if you'd like to come up, that's the link to come up. And man, I appreciate y'all, man. I love everybody, man. All my friends, all the folks that have held me down through the years, man. I appreciate you. The value of relationships. Iron sharpen iron. And so does one person sharpen another. StreamYard.com, YMD /YMD 7FN BWS. That's how you get up. That's a word. Me and Jackie, boy, we done wasted some fine steaks together, and we done shared a 2-piece chicken. I think that's what helps our relationship, because, you know, if you're talking about real value in a relationship, what about your mate? You know, what about somebody that's close to you that you sleep with every night? Do you have trust? Do you have respect? Do you have that communication? Are you backbiting your own mate, calling your mama every 6 seconds? You know, you got to have that agape bond. You got to have that accountability in your relationship. Let's see. Leno, go to your text that I sent you. It was a message. Matter of fact, let me figure out how I can invite you. I'm gonna text you the link. Let's see. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? That's the link to join in, StreamYard.com. I'm gonna hang around a little bit. I got a little time tonight. Try to be a good friend. I ain't gonna dash on y'all, man. If you want to call in, call in. Let's talk a little bit. My cousin Willie, God's Will, said, "Thank you for sharing the gift. I'm terrible at maintaining relationships. I'm taking notes, though. I love you, Kinfolk. I used to be terrible at relationships, too, and I think I still am. Excuse me, sometime, but I'm getting better."
Love you, Kinfolk.
Chuck, what up, baby? Turn down that other device, the volume on your. You got it on a TV or something.
It's right. It's
Say
down
something.
now.
Okay. What's
Mic
up,
check.
baby?
What's happening, sir?
Hey, man. You shot me back when you
I
said
want,
we was knocking boys out at them basketball games back.
man.
That's when I figured out you knew karate. I said, man, Shad done knocked out 3 people and they threw nail punch. Number feet, you hear me? How you feeling tonight, baby?
Man, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I had to patch in, man, because I'm just appreciate everything. Look, I'm on one device, but I think I heard myself echoing. But as long as you can't hear
Turn
the echo.
your volume down. Not all the way. You would definitely want to hear me. I can talk noise to you, man.
Okay, hold on. Okay, I paused. Can you still hear me?
I can hear you. Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, man, I just wanted to come in. I don't want to take too much time. Just wanted to got so much appreciation and respect for you. I already know that.
Absolutely.
Just for what you're doing, man, the information you're giving out. I most definitely want to be on the first round of the Mastermind Alliance. I'm in there for sure.
Thank you.
You can count me in all the way in. Me and Ken, I'm gonna speak for him too, because I already
Wait
know
a
what's
minute.
going down.
Ken is telling me to get you off the line.
See,
Can you
yeah,
see?
see, see, that's it. He try, he tried to come in and grab a spot already. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, it's a power struggle
yeah,
already.
yeah. I'm a slide out. I just want to say I love you, man. I appreciate you. We done came a long way from doing business together to, high school to you teaching me, man. Just really mentoring me, man. We ain't far from the same age, but I give it up where it's due.
Yeah.
You
Hold on
don't
before
you
you go. I got a couple questions. Like,
okay?
would you say that today's relationships are kind of different than back when we were, you know how folks always say from, back when we were growing up, with everything being so automated, everybody
Right,
texting, ain't nobody really calling. Would you
right.
say that relationships have changed down through the years?
Relationships have. I think the value of it is still there. It still means something. To be face to face, to look somebody in the eye, to still have integrity and loyalty. That still has the value um, in itself. But I think people have lost the meaning of that. They don't really understand because, like you say, social media technology make it so convenient to not be in touch. uh not just so much on a friendly basis, but even just conducting business, even on the self checkouts and stuff, like you got less opportunity that you have to interact with people. And so I think our kids are suffering from that, 'cause they don't know how to socialize. They don't know the etiquette of being personal and looking somebody in the eye and holding your word. So yeah, it has changed, but the value is still there. I'm not sure how to get back to that, to educating on what that means. It's funny, we kind of, it's an old school thing now, just to keep your word and be honorable and be integrity, and that's just stuff we was built on. We didn't know no different. But
Right, right. So let me ask you this, bro. How do we, or I know you deal with children.
mhm.
How can we get some of those core values back? Because it seemed like it's way out of control
Yeah,
with the youth. And I don't want to have no bashing the youth type thing, but I'm just saying how we said yes, ma'am, no, ma'am.
right,
We respected our elders, because if you acted up, the elders on the street, they'll whoop you. Then when your mama got home, she whooped you. Then when daddy got off work, you know what I mean?
right.
That's kind of
Well,
a thing of the past. Like, what can we do in small increments to change that?
I think I think you just touched on it just now. I think the gap is with the youth and the elders. They don't have a lot of interaction with the elderly now. We lose so much knowledge when someone older person pass. And whether we get the opportunity to gain that knowledge or not. I mean, 60 years of living this life, you're gonna learn something. If you ain't the smartest knife in the drawer, that's 60 years of life.
Man,
And
what
so
you say?
not somehow we need to bridge that gap and create a opportunity for the youth to interact with the elderly and get some of that knowledge.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, Chad. Are you a little bit more reserved? How old are you, brother, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 48.
48. So you've had a lot of friendships, a lot of relationships down through the years. Would you say that you're more reserved now, like kind of like picking your fruit as far as having friends? Are you open to having friends still in your life, or do you kind of keep it at associates?
I would say I keep it at associates for the most part. I would say I am more open to gaining associates. So I guess it's kind of double. I'm back in there. I wasn't as approachable as I am now. So now I'm open to having more associates. But to me, there's layers. So when you start talking about family and friendship, that's a close layer to me. And I'm very slow about letting people get that close into the inner circle. Because I know, like you talked about earlier, that you start to that's a deeper hurt when you let somebody in there and they turn out to not be the person you thought they were, you know.
Wow.
So yeah.
I had a friend tell me, he said, man, I got so many scars on my helping hand. Let me ask you this. How do you practice forgiveness, Shad, for people that might have hurt you along the way in a relationship?
I'm gonna be honest with you, and this a conversation I just recently had with an individual. My thing has been, this won't be a popular answer, but my thing has been to check the hurt itself, to check the source of the hurt within me. Not so much the person, because when someone hurt me or they break an expectation of me, I had an expectation of them, and so I check myself: should I have that expectation of someone? Should I from the jump believe this person should have been, like you said earlier, do something that I would have done?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think when you start building expectations on people, you lose the opportunity to appreciate them as they are.
That was
So
deep.
yeah, that's not a popular belief. A lot of people that's not easy to do. But that's how I get past it. Because other than that, I just have to forgive you in that sense, but I'm still leaving myself open to be hurt later on.
Right. And you know, man, like Kenyatta ironically was talking about like forgiveness and getting over stuff. What people don't realize, Chuck, is that when you hold something against someone, it's heavy.
Right.
It's heavy on you because let's say you and we done had a fault or we done fell out, and I see you, I gotta purposely make my eyes where I don't I'm not giving you 2 seconds of my eyes. You follow me? And I gotta go out of my way to not mess with you. But guess what? We friends.
Right.
You know, I borrowed $40. Man, hell, I fell on hard times. I don't have the money right now. I don't have the money right now, but I need to go back to my notes and say, I need to communicate with my boy and let him know, hey, man, I don't have that little piece of money. Hey, man, I was a little fool last night. I said some things. I apologize. A lot of us don't know how to get past our ego. You follow me? Like, what do you think about that as far as, you know, having those people that you had to forgive? Like, how did you get to that point to actually forgive them? Or have you?
I'm still searching in some instances, and that's tough because I just recently just figured out and just came to the realization that I've been holding some that I thought I had let go of a long time ago.
Come on now.
You know, it can sit and fester, and you can be a functioning resenter. You know what I mean? You can still function with people and still be cordial, but still hold resentment. And so if you really check yourself and some of your actions that you do with some of those people, you realize that some of it is still because you still holding on just a little bit.
Yeah.
Still holding on a little bit. And so it's just a bunch of for me, just a bunch of self-reflection and asking a bunch of whys. Okay, why? Okay, you did that. Okay, why?
Yeah.
And it's for old stuff that had been that was done for, and had kind of been forgotten about and pushed to the side. But I had to go back to those and say, okay, why? Okay, you did that. What was the real reason? And only you can be 100% honest with yourself.
that's real. Man, I love you. I done talked. I love you. I appreciate your bond as a brother. Like you said, from us knocking our boys at basketball games as a teenager on the
Yeah.
church van.
Right.
We getting out the church van.
See, I was gonna leave that part out. But
Yeah, nah, I had to say that part because let's be
that's
real
real.
tonight, man.
That's real.
All the way to, I was thinking about you the other day. Me and Ken was talking about how your company did so much stuff in the construction space, you and your dad, and how you developed those skill sets. It's time to bring them to fruition, Chuck.
Right.
You might have done them for years, but it's time to do them for yourself.
Right.
That's what I'm promoting 2023. I mean, you already have your own businesses, but in that construction space, I think some of that quarterbacking, some of that, I believe you were CFO,
Right.
some of that CFO skill set, we gonna need it, man. I mean, in my mind, I believe we doing, what do you call it? I believe that we're doing some things that is going to line up with leadership academies, schools, fine arts, sciences, trades. Our
Right.
kids need to learn trades too. We got to get back to that. Folks
Right.
will say, hey, go to college, go to college, go to college. But I'm going to need you, since you've been a CFO before, I'm going to need you to help with these kids training some young CFOs on
Right.
maybe just some stuff to look for. Man, tell the people one more thing about relationships, and I'm gonna let you go.
Relationships are important. They in a sense can define you. If you are a eagle, but you walking and you plucking and you eating like chickens,
Come on now.
who's to differentiate you?
Right. What is you even doing on the ground?
Be careful who you hang around. Be careful who you hang with. They become your destiny.
Kenyatta said you got him fired at PCN.
That's true too. That's
They
true
talk on
too.
Kenyatta. He a pastor and a comedian. I love my brother, man. He's funny,
That's
funny,
true.
funny. Hey, man, much love to you, Shad. I don't know how to get you off, but just hang up. And I
Yeah.
love you, man.
Love
Hey,
you.
the Mastermind Alliance is coming up. And I don't know how we're going to do it, where we're going to do it. But my vision is some bosses in a room talking about some issues, talking about some things that we might could put our resources together, put our minds together. And they say or God says when it's two or three, together, I'm in the midst. Black Man Rising, put the link in your browser. Like if you was going to type in google.com, hold it down on your phone, copy, paste it into your browser, and you'll be able to come up. Nikki, we love you. We love you. Nikki said, we are family by blood, but I definitely share loyalty, respect, and affection with you. You and Key are two of my truest blessings. Wow, Nanny. Thank you. Thank you so much. You're so family oriented that I learned a lot about holding family together through watching you. You and Paul, man, y'all are help everybody. But I noticed that. And what I want to say is that sometimes people just need to hear it. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. I don't see the link, Jackie. Can you copy it and put it in the comments? I got time tonight, man. Y'all chop it up with me, man. I can't leave a live, Black Man. I left one time and the screen went blank. I'm gonna post it, write it down. Where is it? Write that down. and put that in your browser. Like if you was going to type google.com, put that in there. We talked about relationships. I'm talking about the Mastermind Alliance group right here in Dallas, Fort Worth. I want to put some bosses together in the same room. Y'all email me or y'all call me, text me. If you know, it's the switchwithin@gmail.com. Hit me up for any ideas that you may have. I just see a setting like a think tank, something like a round table affair, hors d'oeuvres, drinks, whatever, and let's just talk. Let's talk about building. I believe that this thing is powerful individually, but it's phenomenal collectively. Let's see here. As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. Iron sharpen iron, y'all. Guess what iron don't sharpen? Plastic. So if you faking and shaking and you coming up against a piece of iron, then you might get ate up. Be that strong friend. Be that solid friend. Iron is solid. Iron is something that you can depend on. StreamYard.com/YMD. Black man, I might have to catch you the next go round. We've been going an hour, 20 minutes. Hey, much love to everybody on this Sunday night. I love y'all. I value our relationships. I value our friendships. Hold on 2 seconds, y'all. I don't know why I didn't see that. God's will said Mastermind Alliance 10-point objective and strategy. Let's do it, cuz. Put it on the books, man. That sounds amazing. 10-point objective and strategy. Our kids need to start learning contracts. Our kids need to learn how to buy stuff. They need to look at a deed when they're 10 years old. They need to go down to the county and learn about property taxes before they can even talk good. We sending our kids off to these colleges and they coming home broke. They coming home without any life skills. We got to start teaching our kids what they need to know, like what is amortize or amortization of interest. You follow me? Jay, Keely texting me right now. I'm working off my phone. I love you, cuz, and I definitely appreciate you recognizing that I honored your mom, and I wanted to honor you because you were a loyal business partner. You know, we did some business together. It was good business. How about we never fell out, not one time, and we made a lot of money? You follow me? Cuz that's family right there, where we can make money. We ain't falling out. And it ain't nothing but love. Black man rising.
Eric, how you doing, my man?
I tell you what, man, either you getting old or this technology getting too smart, man. But boy, I could not figure out how.
I'm definitely getting old. I made the 63. I'm old already.
I'm teasing, man. I'm definitely teasing.
I tell you this, though, it's a blessing to get old. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, man.
You learn a lot, even about yourself, when you get certain ages.
Yeah, man. You and I, man, we've been friends over 30 years. And so let me ask you this, black man. What do you think has allowed us to have a friendship of over 30 years?
Okay, you say, what do I think? Well, obviously, I think it's been several things that allowed us to do it. But I'll say a couple of most significant things is that we were willing to be tolerable of each other in those moments when it wasn't easy. I think that's a huge, significant part. And then our track record and history plays a role in us tolerating one another. So I would say there's many reasons, actually. Just like problems with our people, we have many problems. Therefore, it's going to take many solutions. You see, people like to talk about, well, this is the solution. If though there's one solution, that would signify there's one problem. We got multiple problems, so it's going to take multiple solutions, and we're up for it. You know, we built to handle whatever it takes. We've already proven that we're the cream of the crop of black people of the world, blacks in America. Absolutely, that's real talk.
Yeah, yeah.
And I definitely want to be in that group that you talked about.
Huh?
I definitely want to be a part of that group that you talked about.
Oh yeah, for sure. You already in. I already got you a VIP.
Thank you. But I never assume though, so when I speak up, let's speak up.
This gonna be this summer. I'm shooting for this summer.
Okay.
Somewhere real nice that you ain't got to bring no money. I ain't selling nothing. We just gonna sit down, chop it up.
And since you put it on my mind for the moment, you know, we went to that farm, that Brothers Farm out there in Navarro County. We're going back July 22nd for a field trip. So if you want to be a part of it, know some youngsters want to be a part of it. It's about an hour and 10-minute drive. So July 22nd, that's on a Saturday, 10 a.m.
Okay.
We're going back.
I definitely want to be in that number. Eric Jesse, I got you, kinfolk. Definitely. See, this is what my vision is, and maybe you can help me, black man, that I see the sphere of influence that I have around me.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't figure out how to get us all in the same space. Whether you could be in California, but you can be live on Zoom, on a TV or something.
Okay.
I just feel like we're so big individually, and we have a lot of power, but we have more power collectively and as a group, you know, through group education, group economics, understanding our culture, you know, understanding the culture of the world, because, excuse me, we got some real serious things happening right now. And a lot of people just really don't know what's going on. So, you know,
most people don't.
Us getting together as a group, just helping folks. Let me ask you the question of the night, man. I kind of saw one of your comments.
Okay.
In a friendship or in a relationship, would you rather have respect or loyalty?
I'll pick respect, because if there's no respect, I'm thinking from my perspective, if I don't respect you, it's not even possible to consider loyalty to you. It ain't possible for me. I've got to respect you first to even love you enough.
Okay. I like that. And then one more thing is, how have you forgiven someone that you know it was kind of tough? This was a good friend of yours, and you had to forgive them. How did you approach that?
Well, first and foremost, for me, the first element is letting a little time go by. I need that. I already know what I need. I need a little time first to evaluate it and reevaluate it and then see, okay, does it cause you to be a person that your good outweigh your bad, or your bad outweigh your good? And anytime your bad outweigh your good, you've been gone already. So if your good outweigh your bad, just like in various types of relationships, if your good outweighs the bad, I'm still in it. And then I communicate a lot, you see. You're not going to have me feel a certain way and you not know it. You're going to know it if you made me feel something. Because I'm going to make sure you know it. You know how I roll.
Yeah, for sure.
Sadly, that may have contributed to me and you bump. You know, we done bumped a few times over a 30-year period.
For sure.
But we've always resolved it. And that's what's crucial.
Well, I think the love is bigger than the issue. And that's what a lot of people... I think a lot of people get sidetracked. Like I said, man, people borrow $40, won't talk to you for 8 years. You know, people had, you know, a couple extra glasses of wine, said some things they might shouldn't have said, but their ego keep them from picking up that phone saying, man, I'm sorry.
Even after they realized they was wrong. And that's unfortunate, because
when you're wrong, you're wrong. And sometimes, let me say this, I done felt I was right and still apologize just to keep the Friendship
peace.
cool.
Keep the peace.
Yeah.
And that's interesting. I've never done that.
You have?
No, I'm not even sure I ever would, because to me, that would be like lying on myself, and I'm not great lying on me. So I don't think I'm big enough to do what you did. That takes a big person to do what you did. And it's not ego, it's just I have my standards that I have, and they etched. I'm like 63. Come on, Big E. My stuff is etched. You feel me? And then since I retired, man, you couldn't tell me nothing. I say, this is my world, rest of y'all just in it. You hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, that's one thing about getting older. You get more mature too, if that's a goal of yours.
Yeah.
Just like going to school to learn. A child can go into the school and in the classroom, but if he doesn't put forth some type of effort to learn, they won't learn. You don't learn just because you're in the environment of a learning institution. You got to put forth some work to have success, like you said many times.
Yeah.
You see.
Man, I just want to thank you for being a great friend, being a mentor of mine. I done became a mentor, but
I thought it is when I was waiting to come in that you're the oldest mentee I've ever had. You know, people that I've mentored before and the age that they are, you're the very oldest. And it's like, hey, because I've said this to myself too, thinking I'm going to interview somebody, and it's like, just like your children, you would never say in front of them who's your favorite, you see. But you always let it be known you love them all. And I had said, speaking to you, I could say, well, you are my oldest.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And I'll admit it, definitely one of my favorites for sure.
Yeah.
Probably
Black man, I don't know how to hang you up, but man, I love you. I don't went
okay. I'll just turn my laptop off and see what it do. But thanks for having me in, though. I appreciate it.
Black man, solid, man. Much love to you.
Yeah. Love for life.
For sure, man. Peace.
Peace and love.
For sure. Nikki Brown, cuz you know I love you. You said I've given an apology and curved my words when I didn't think I was wrong. I apologize if you felt I like how you worded that, Nanny. I like how you worded that. One more time. I've given an apology and curved my words. See, sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And you didn't feel you were wrong. You say, I apologize if you felt to those I love, my intentions are to never, my intentions are never to be hurtful. And I can understand that too. You know, sometimes in relationships, we're not trying to be hurtful, but we hurting folk. How about sometimes your attitude, you don't even realize that you got a little nasty attitude. And so you have to reevaluate yourself. And sometimes you can't see it. So if 4 or 5 folks saying the same thing about you, it's probably true. You might need to work on that frown that you keep on your face, or you might need to work on, like me, I'm loud. Hell, I'm just country. I'm not trying to holler at you, but I've been in some friendships and relationships where it came across that way. Man, much love to y'all. I appreciate y'all hanging with me all this time. Nothing but love. And like I say, this season 3, episode 2, I'm gonna come back in June. I got a special guest, man. I got a special guest for y'all. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much. And I'll see you next show.